Hi, everybody. Can everybody hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up or say something in the chat so I know you can hear me. Thanks, Michelle. Awesome. Thanks, Allison. All right, everybody. So welcome to my masterclass called Manifest Anything You Want Now. If you have not met me before, my name is Brittany Budd. I'm a mindset and business coach, and I help female entrepreneurs to build and scale their online businesses to 6 figures and beyond. And I have been using manifestation for about 2 years now. So I'm going to share with you today some information about manifesting and then my tips to help you start manifesting anything you want starting right now. So let's dive in. At the end of this, I'll let you guys ask me questions if you want to. How many of you are actively using manifesting and the law of attraction in your businesses and in your lives right now? Yay, some hands. I love this. Good. This is so amazing. So I want to tell you the story of when I really discovered that I had the power to manifest anything I wanted. Now, I've been studying a little bit, we're all reading the books and learning from other people, but it's so easy to look at other people and go, well, wow, look at that person. I don't think I could do that. And so I'm going to tell you the story of how I manifested over $4,500 worth of cash, goods, and services in under 24 hours. And this was the kickoff point that I was like, holy, I can really do this. So the story goes, this was last February, so not 2020, but 2019. Funnel Hacking Live was happening in Nashville, Tennessee. Now I'm way up in Canada, and I really, really, really wanted to go to Funnel Hacking Live, see Russell Brunson. My coach at the time was one of the keynote speakers, so I really wanted to see her. And in one of her groups, one of her clients, along with myself, made a comment, I'm going to manifest myself a ticket to Funnel Hacking Live, enter. And so I commented and I said, manifest one for me too. And my coach commented and said, girl, nuh-uh, manifest your own damn ticket. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm being called out. Fine, I can do this. And so, manifesting is not just unexpected blessings happening to you. I set out to go to Funnel Hacking Live. The first thing that I noticed, I got an email from Rachel Peterson. If you're not aware of her, she's like a major social media guru. I got an email from her, just like an automated thing that she was sending to her audience that said, I'm giving away a ticket to Funnel Hacking Live. These tickets were $1,000. And so I was like, oh my goodness, she's going to pick me. I'm going to win that. And so I set out. I went to the live. She's doing a live video, was doing the draw. I set out. I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm going to win. There were thousands of people on this live just blowing up the comments. And she was standing in her living room by her Christmas tree and calling out names. Okay, the first winner is so-and-so. Nope, that person wasn't there. You had to be there to win. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I'm just like, she's going to say my name. She's going to say my name. She is going to say my name. Called somebody else. Nope. Called somebody else. They weren't there either. Finally, she leans in, and I'm assuming it was her husband manning the camera for her. He goes, Brittany Budd. So she goes, okay, Brittany Budd, are you here? Whoo, mama, my thumbs never went so fast in my life. I'm here. But guess what? The comments are exploding. There's thousands of people. My comment immediately disappears below the other comments. So I'm frantic. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm right here. I'm here. Okay, I'm going to give her another minute. See if she's here. Other people, she's here. Oh my goodness, she's here. She's right here. Finally, they see the comments. She's here. She wins. I set that action into motion. I imagined her saying my name. I was there for the live. I showed up and I did what I had to do. Next, I had to figure out how I was going to fly to Nashville. I have 3 small children. Who's going to take care of my kids while my husband's at work? And what am I going to do here? And so guess what? Manifesting, law of attraction, unexpected blessings, all these things come from unexpected places. We have to be open all the time to see where these things are going to come from. And so guess what? I'm a good girl. I love my dad. I called my dad. I said, Dad, I just want a trip to Nashville, but I need some of your air miles. And because he's a loving dad, guess what? He gave me his points so that I had a free flight. Next thing, I found someone to roommate with so that I could cut down costs to share a hotel. And all of these things just started coming into place. I was able to get my mom to babysit my kids for me. And all of this totaled over $4,500. And I put it into motion for myself in under 24 hours. The day before, I asked someone else to manifest it for me. I pulled my shit together and I got it for myself. And that's the moment I realized, oh, mama, this girl has magic. I uncovered some real magic up in here. So now I use the law of attraction and manifestation in everything in my life, from my beautiful home, trips that we have taken, a list full of my ideal dream clients, women that I love and get so excited to talk to every single week, and a six-figure business. Now, a lot of people think, okay, law of attraction is like hooky dooky, hokey pokey stuff. But there are lots of people in the world that you would know that are currently using the law of attraction and manifesting in their lives. Will Smith is one of them. I mean, you can Google this. There are so many. I'd still be standing here writing if I wrote down all the people. But let's talk about Jim Carrey. How many of you guys know a little bit about Jim Carrey's story? He was living in his car. I don't know if he was in Toronto or if he was in LA at this point, but he was living in his car. He had no money, no prospects, but this man wrote himself a check for $1 million. And in the memo, he put services rendered. He kept that $1 million check, excuse me, in his wallet, and he looked at it every day, imagining what his life would be like when he finally broke out and became a famous actor / comedian. And what happened to Jim Carrey? He is not just a story of a man that lived in a car and that was the end. He is one of the most recognizable, most famous, one of the richest comedians and actors in the world, because he was manifesting that shit from day one. He carried around that blank, well, it wasn't blank, but it wasn't a real check. It was a check to himself for $1 million. And guess what? His very first check was for $1 million. And in the memo, it said, for services rendered. He brought that to life for himself. Oprah, Jay-Z, you guys, so many more actors, athletes. If you research some of these Olympic athletes, these people spend every day, sometime every single day, imagining what it's going to be like to win gold, visualizing, training, all these exercises. But guys, tomorrow does not exist yet. The past doesn't exist anymore. The future doesn't exist yet. All that exists is today. And so we have the power to alter what happens in the future. Now, one of the trainings I really like to do in my group and with my clients is, what's happening to you right now is not a reflection of who you are today. It's based on thoughts, feelings, and actions of your past. You have no one to blame or credit for what's happening to you today other than the person you were a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. So the things that we do today is going to set us up for what happens in our future. So it's not a reflection of who you are right now. It's a reflection of who you once were, but now it's coming to pass, okay? I want to talk about Roger Bannister. How many of you guys know who Roger Bannister is? Probably nobody, right? But this guy is the guy that ran the first 4-minute mile. Before Roger Bannister ran the first 4-minute mile, it was believed by doctors, scientists, everybody, that the human body simply could not run a full mile in 4 minutes or less. That your heart would literally explode inside your body and you would die. But Roger Bannister really wanted to run a mile in 4 minutes or less. And so while he was training to run this, he spent time every single day imagining himself running a mile in 3 minutes, 58 seconds. And he did this for weeks, months while he trained. But guess what? He's the first person in the world to ever run a mile in 4 minutes or less. But guys, guess what else happened after he did that? Lots of people started running a mile in 4 minutes or less because they believed, hey, if this guy can do it, why can't I do it? I'm going to train. I'm going to do this. If he can do it, I can do it. And so when we're manifesting, and as leaders, coaches, entrepreneurs, we lead our homes, we lead our children's, we lead in our workplaces, we lead for our jobs. We have to show people what's possible. And remember that when you see somebody doing something that you want to do, remember that it's possible for you too. Seeing someone else accomplish something that you want to accomplish does not mean that, oh, well, I'm out. Sucks to be me. I'll never get that. No. Hey, this Roger guy ran a mile in 4 minutes. I'm going to do that shit too. Okay? So it's all about, what am I thinking here? What am I acting towards? What are my feelings like? Now, I'm going to dispel some myths and tell you what's true. Okay? So some of the common myths that you hear about manifesting is that, well, all you have to do is think about it. Like, I want to win the lottery, but I'm just going to lay on my couch. It'll happen. In my group, I shared like a meme, and it was like a Twitter screenshot, and the guy was like, shake my head, girls shoot their shot by thinking about you. And a girl commented, and she said, it's called manifesting. But that is not how it works. It's not just about thinking and then things just magically start happening for you. Our thoughts do have power, but not that much power by themselves. What's true about manifesting is, yes, you have to think about it. You also have to tap into your feelings, and you also have to take inspired action. I'll often see people say, oh my goodness, I got an unexpected check in the mail, manifested it. If it was unexpected, how did you manifest it? You didn't. That is just a nice blessing. Nice, good for you, awesome. Or, hey, the person in front of me bought my coffee, manifested it. Like, girl, no, you didn't. You weren't expecting it, so it was not manifested. Manifesting is inspired action, thoughts, and feelings all together, working together to make something happen for you. People also think that it only works for some people. Guys, this is false. Manifesting, the law of attraction, it is for everyone. You just have to know how to use it. Once you know how to use it, every single person on the planet can use it. You don't have to do anything. You just sit back. Oh, I really want a 6-figure business. I'm just going to binge Netflix. How is that supposed to happen? You have to take action, and it has to be inspired action. Some people think that you have to control every thought that you ever have. This is not true. They also think that if you have a negative thought, bad things are going to happen to you. It's just not how this works, you guys. That's not how any of this works. You're allowed to think freely. This is about spending time every day sitting with what you want. The rest of the day, we are allowed to have thoughts. Our ego is going to run rampant. It's okay. Nothing bad is going to happen to you just because you had a negative thought or a bad feeling. Some people think it's really hard. It's really hard to manifest. It takes a lot of work, a lot of energy. It's easy when you know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, yeah, it seems super hard. Imagine I just gave you all the ingredients to make a cake and I was like, see ya. Don't tell you what you're making. Don't tell you what you're supposed to do. Don't give you a recipe. Just like, here, I'll be back. Like, no, that would be hard. But if you knew, oh, this is the ingredients to make a cake. I've made this cake a million times. No problem. Here I go. It's easy, right? A lot of people think that it's fake. And I love this. Manifesting and the law of attraction is scientific. It's so real that it's unbelievable. But because people don't know how to use it, they think it's fake. Life just happens to you. You walk out the door, you're late for work, you stub your toe, you get a raise, you get married, you have kids, maybe you get divorced. Life doesn't happen to you. We create it. Yeah, things happen. You know, I lost my daughter last year. I do not believe that I manifested that. Anyone that says I manifested that, they're going to manifest a throat punch from me. Like, bad things don't mean that we've manifested it, but we do have control over our circumstances. Ooh, this is one of my favorite. A lot of people, especially in Christian circles, think that it's of Satan. This is the devil's work that I am teaching you about. But actually, manifesting's in the Bible. It's not called manifesting, it's called prayer. Same thing, you guys. There are plenty of Bible verses where God, Jesus, Mark, Paul, whoever, are talking about manifesting. My favorite Bible verse is Mark 11:24. If you ask for it in prayer and you believe that it's coming to you, lo and behold, it will come to you. There's no version that actually says that, but that's my paraphrasing. And that's what manifesting is. We're asking, have you ever heard GUS? God, universe, source. So whatever you believe in, that's cool. It's going to deliver for you. It's not the work of the devil. We're called to ask for things from God, universe, source, doesn't matter. And if we believe that Gus is going to deliver, it will. That's all manifesting is. A lot of people think that people that are manifesting only want money and they're super greedy. But this is false. And I'm actually going to do a money mindset masterclass in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be super fun. I'm going to talk a lot about money and making money and how money makes people feel. If you're a good person, then the things that you want to manifest are probably good things, right? You want to do good in the world. You want to help people. You want to serve people. So it's not all about money and greed. It's about doing good. Oh, my paper. Okay, so how do I use manifestation? Like, here we go. Number one, you have to decide what it is that you want. Now, I'm a money coach. I help people make money in their businesses. So how much money do you want? Pick a number. How much money do you want to make for September? Pick a number. But maybe you want to like manifest a new job or a new car. I have a friend and we were talking about manifesting and she said, well, I want a Jeep. I said, girl, you gotta be real specific about that Jeep. Because you saying I want to manifest a Jeep, you could end up with the oldest bucket of bolts Jeep in the world being presented to you, and God, universe, source is just like, you were not specific. So this is the Jeep you're getting. Is it brand new? What color is it? What's happening? Talk to me about this Jeep. You have to be really specific, because when you're not, how can someone deliver? How can God, the universe, or source deliver to you if they don't really know what it is you want? And this is like a huge problem that people have, especially for New Year's resolutions. We like to say more. I just want more money. I just want to have more fun. One of mine once was I wanted to take more pictures of my kids. I just want to have more time. I want to read more. I want to work out more. What does that really mean? Because guess what? More money could be you pick up an extra shift, you make an extra 150 bucks, boom, more. But you're thinking, well, I wanted 6 figures. You aren't clear. You want to work out more? Maybe you go to the gym once, then you're like, I hate this. More is a cop-out. It's a plan B. It's I don't really want to commit to a whole lot because I'm afraid. You got to decide right now with conviction what it is you're looking for. And I want to encourage you all here. God, source, universe wants to give you more than you're asking for. So you need to allow yourself space to be open to more. Maybe you're like, I love this example. My dream man is blonde hair, blue eyes. Then you have this like list of great attributes too. But God keeps pushing this dark, mysterious man on you. And you're like, you know what? He's great. He has all the attributes, but you know, no blonde hair, no blue eyes. Maybe the blonde hair, blue eye guy is kind of a dick. Maybe you should look at the attributes and go, hey, this dark and mysterious man, maybe he's better for me. Maybe there's more attributes I didn't even think of that this guy has. Oh, look, he also likes puppies. That wasn't on my list, but I kind of like that. Give yourself the opportunity to be open to more. Or maybe you're like, oh, my dream house. I want my dream house to have X, Y, and Z. But you can't find that house. Be open to finding another house that has all you want, but maybe more. Be open. But be decisive on what your bare minimum is going to be. Next, you need to visualize. Now, guys, this has to do with the way you think, especially if you're like me and you're like, when I think in images. And so when I'm thinking, I'm visualizing, but these thoughts create feelings in us. When we're thinking things like, oh my goodness, I suck, everything's terrible, I'm never gonna sign another client, I'm never gonna make any money, oh, I'm gonna be bankrupt, oh, everything's terrible. We're picturing those things in our minds, right? We're imagining ourselves like living in our cars, and we're visualizing this, and guess what? The energy that we're putting out when we do this, it stinks, it's so terrible. And when your energy is terrible, it's like your energy is always being matched. I'll give you an example of when your energy is being matched or matching your energy to certain situations. Pretend that someone you know has died and you're going to the funeral home for visitation. You walk in, what do you feel as soon as you walk in? That darkness, that heaviness in the air. You can sense it in the parking lot. There's so much sadness in that building. And you take that on. As soon as you walk in, you're just, okay, I'm sad too. Let's pretend you're going for coffee with your friends. You've had a terrible day. Everything sucks. You stubbed your toe, you spilled your coffee, you were late for work, your kids are screaming and fighting, like your husband didn't take out the garbage, and you're just like, ah. You go to coffee with your girlfriends that evening, and you're just like, I'm pissed. This has been the worst day of my life. I hate everything. But you walk in and you see your girlfriends, and they're laughing. They're having a great old time. They look up, they're smiling at you. It's not going to take you very long to catch that energy. Yep, I had a shitty day, but my friends were in an awesome mood, and that just turned my whole day around. Or you walk in and you're like, ooh, girls, guess what? I had the greatest day ever. But you walk up and they're all like crying, depressed. Pretty quick, you're going to go, ooh, wait, what's wrong? What's happening? Oh, no. And then your energy starts sinking to match theirs. When we visualize things, it creates energy. Now, the highest form of energy that you can have that's closest to God, closest to the universe, closest to source, are love, joy, and gratitude. Give yourself lots of opportunities to feel these emotions, because when we feel these emotions, our thoughts create happy thoughts that allow us to feel these emotions more, and then we're offered more opportunities to continue feeling that way. Some people like to do a vision board. I'm not a big vision board, physical board person, but I do like to put a vision board on my phone, which is super fun. Then every time I'm on my phone, which is a lot because I'm an online entrepreneur, I see my vision board. I'm like, hey, that's cool stuff. I'm excited to start crossing this stuff off. It makes me feel excited. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel joyful. Next is our language. This is a good one. A lot of people struggle with their language when they're manifesting. Because here's the thing. Gus can only understand the root of what we're saying. So if you're saying things like, oh, please, God, please help me get out of debt. Bad news bears. Gus is only hearing the word debt. They don't understand negatively connotative words. So words like not, don't, won't, can't, not picking up on it. You're saying I don't want debt? Ooh, they're hearing debt, and guess what? More opportunity for debt. When you are manifesting, talk about what you do want. I don't want to get out of debt. I want financial freedom. Be really careful about the language that you're using. Sometimes we write this stuff down. Sometimes this is in our heads. Be really careful. What do I want? Oh God, I don't want to be sick anymore. Uh-oh. Might get more sick. Ask for health instead. Okay. Number 4, believability. This is another good one. A lot of people will say things like, I want to be rich. I'm rich. Because affirmations are really great when you are manifesting, because our brain is very quick to provide us answers to questions and provide us evidence to the things that we think. So if we're thinking things like, oh my goodness, I am the worst coach for you online business owners, my brain's going to go, yeah, because remember last year that happened? Or remember the other day that happened? Or remember you made that post, nobody liked it? Oh no, you suck. You do suck. Look. And so, I see Kathy laughing over here. When we think positive things like, I'm amazing, I'm the best mom, I'm the best coach ever. When I have these thoughts, when we have these thoughts of, yes, I'm affirming this, our brain goes, yeah, you are the best mom. Your kids are fed, they're healthy, they're playing outside, they're having so much fun. You are the best coach. Your clients fucking love you. You make them money. You're teaching them so much great stuff. They love you. Like, hey. But when we say things like, I'm rich, and we're affirming, I'm rich. I have a 6-figure business. Boom. Your unconscious and your subconscious mind is going to call you out on your bullshit. If you have minus $5.13 in your bank account and you're manifesting and affirming, I'm rich, your unconscious and subconscious mind is going, what are you talking about? It ain't you. Your bank account's minus $5.13. So this is not working out. And if your unconscious and your subconscious mind cannot go along with what you're trying to put out, it's going to block you big time. I'm rich. No, you're not. Well, I want to be rich. Well, you're not. So we have to use the believability factor when we're manifesting. I'm working towards financial freedom. Okay. I'm getting richer every day, little by little. I can buy that. Your unconscious and subconscious mind needs to be in agreement with you. So make sure that you're tapping into those things. Number 5, openness. As I said earlier, Gus wants more for us than we want for ourselves. We need to be open to what else is out there for us, and we need to be open to who God, universe, source is going to use, what the circumstances are going to be. It might not look the way you think it's going to look. Like when I set out to go to Nashville, I was really open to, my dad is definitely going to give me some of his air miles. I was open to other places. My mom's definitely going to babysit my kids. We need to allow the opportunity of, hey, this person might be an interesting person to help me. Ooh, there's a kind stranger. I wonder why I met this person. I'll give you an example. My husband, a couple of years ago, when we first got married, we lived in a completely different town. We were all by ourselves. I became pregnant, and we got the opportunity to move back to my hometown, and he ended up working at a car dealership. It was terrible. He was a service manager kind of guy. So, when you drive your car into the garage to have an appointment, the guy that's standing there at a desk and you're like, hello, my name is Brittany Budd. I'm here with my Honda Odyssey. I have an appointment for an oil change. Yep. That was his job. Freaking hated it. He's so smart, you guys. He has a biology degree. He's so smart. He worked at the hospital in various towns that we lived in. He did autopsies. That was his job. And so for him to come back home, because I was having a baby, my home, not even his hometown, and take a job at a car dealership, he was just kind of like, this is the worst thing that could happen to me. And I felt so terrible, right? Like, this job's sucking the life out of him. He's way too smart, way too talented to have this terrible job working at a car dealership. But guess what? My husband's a really nice guy. There's this man that kept coming in, and he was so cranky. He was so cranky, and he always went to my husband. And my husband is so pleasant, even though this guy's super cranky. My husband's so pleasant. And so one day this guy comes in, and he pulls my husband aside and goes, what are you doing here? John's like, well, it's my job. He said, no, you don't belong here. Why don't we go for a coffee? And so I thought this man stole my husband, because my husband goes to meet him for what I think is going to be like an hour-long coffee, turns into almost 6 hours. And I'm thinking, this guy stole my husband. What happened? Where is he? Nope. This man has this extremely prestigious job working for nuclear power plants. And he was introducing my husband to the world of nuclear power plants. And so lucky for us, the college here has a program for that. And so my husband comes home and he's all excited. That cranky guy, guess what he told me about? He told me about this amazing business, this amazing job that I would be awesome at, and it pays amazing, and the benefits are amazing, and the pension is amazing, and there's a nuclear power plant 45 minutes from here. And so he applied. He applied to the college because he had a university degree, and because we had just found out this man was just enough Aboriginal to get an Indian status card thanks to his great-great-grandmother. He got a spot. They had a special seat for Aboriginal students. Otherwise, the wait list was 4 years. He got in right away. In a special class that started in January instead of September because the need was so high. And so he started, and he went, and he was like one of the top people in his class. He was the top 3 in his class. And he did his co-op at the nuclear plant here, and they loved him. And so he applied for this super prestigious training program that the plant puts on, so that when you're finished, you would oversee the whole plant. It's a 4-year program. It costs $500,000 every time they put someone through it. And they pick 10 people every year. He was a co-op student. He technically should not have been allowed to even apply, but because he had a university degree, they let him. And he got all the way to the end. Rigorous testing, multiple interviews. He got all the way to the end, and they looked at him and said, we can't offer this to you because you don't actually work here, but we want to. And so here's a contract. So when you're done school in another year, you have a full-time job here. He signed it. Next time around, when they picked these 10 people, he just put his name out there. Didn't have to do the testing, didn't have to do the interviews. And they were like, yep, you're in, no problem. So now he's in. He starts in January. This prestigious program is going to bring my husband multiple 6 figures every single year. is giving him a ticket to go anywhere in the world that has a nuclear power plant. He can go, oh, you're looking for someone for like a 2-year term? I'll go. They will let him go. We can all go anywhere we want. He can work there for a few years, has a job to come home to, making ridiculous money, doing something he's really passionate about and really loves. That's why he ended up at that shitty car dealership. We have to be open all the time to what's going to be available to us. What if he said no to that guy? Hey man, you don't belong here. Let me take you for a coffee. You are a stranger, and you're a very cranky stranger at that. But he went because he was open to what was being offered to him. And then he manifested the shit out of the rest. And so I want to share with you guys this bonus step that helped my husband secure that job. And this is the 7x77 model. So for 1 week, 7 full days, you are going to pick one very short, clear, concise, to the point phrase, and you're going to write it down 77 times every day. And you're thinking, oh, 77 times is a lot. Break it up. You don't have to sit there and write it 77 times all at once. Break it up throughout your day. Do 11 times, do it 11 times, 7 times. Or do it 22 times a couple of times. Do it however you want to do it. He did this. I was teaching it as part of my, oh goodness, which program was it in? It was in my firecracker challenge. It was like a 21-day challenge, and that was one of the exercises. And so he did it with my challengers. And a week later, he got the head of the plant coming to meet him in front of everybody to hand him his contract for the program. Okay, so now that I've taught you how to manifest, and you're gonna start using all these tips, you're gonna start manifesting everything you want in your life into reality, I can guarantee you that there are gonna be things that pop up that are gonna prevent you from manifesting what you want. This is where I come in. As a mindset and business coach, I can help identify what these issues, these blocks are that are popping up for you. I'm going to help you knock them down so that you can actually start manifesting the dream clients, the 10K months, the 20K months, whatever you're looking for in life. I can help you make sure that that happens, because I can guarantee blocks will pop up for you. It's just the way that it is. Gus tests us. How bad do you want this? And if we're quick to bow down, we're not sure how bad we want it, we're not sure how to overcome these things that are going, I'm going to test you, we will shrivel up. So I'm here. I want to invite you to a free call with me, brittanybudd.com/strategy. Let me help you make sure that you manifest all the things you're dreaming of. Awesome, you guys. Does anybody have any questions? I'll open this up for a few minutes of questions, and then we'll end it. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to drop it in the comments or unmute yourself and let's chat.
That exercise that you just gave, did you say it's 7 days a week for a week? Like one goal, 7 days, over 7 days, and you write it 77 times a day?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, I can do that.
You can do it. Just make sure you follow those steps. Like really deciding, really being intentional with your language and your believability.
Yep.
Keep it short and sweet.
Okay.
Nothing like multiple lines. Like one sentence. Awesome. Vanessa, did that help you? You said I broke up on the 7x77. Did that help?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Shannon says, awesome info. Thank you so much, Brittany. You are so welcome. This is This is something that I really enjoy talking about because it's very interesting. Any other questions, you guys? Awesome. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I enjoyed teaching it to you. Keep your eyes peeled because, like I say, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing another class all about money mindset. You do not want to miss it. Make sure you go brandybud.com/strategy to get my brilliant business mind looking at your business and figuring out what's stopping you from making the money you want to be making. And I'll show you how to make that happen. Vanessa says, I'm booking my call now. Love you. I love you back. Stephanie says, thank you so much. Can you go back a page? I want to write the last thing down. I'm happy to. So 1 is decide, 2 is visualize, 3 is your language, 4 is your believability, 5 is your openness, and then bonus step that helped my husband secure a multiple 6-figure job, which is the 7 by 77. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me. The replay will be sent out tomorrow. You're welcome, Stacy. Thanks everyone for hopping on. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I want to also invite you into my group. If you're not a member of my group, facebook.com/groups/babe to boss, where all kinds of online entrepreneurs are hanging out, thriving, enjoying themselves, sharing their wins, promoting their businesses, and just hanging out with me. All right, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah.